It's Lori again, and it's Wednesday, and this is Woo Woo Wednesday. So I've realized that a lot of folks can't tune in at 6 p.m., but I've been getting a lot of folks that will private message me and tell me how much they appreciate the posts and how valuable it has been, particularly the last post which was about really stopping the mental prison that we put ourselves in with regards to anxiety and ruminating over and over about things that make us really stressed out. So if you missed that one, please check it out on the Facebook page. There should be a video of that, which is really, you got to watch it. The other thing is I just put out my first newsletter. Yay! And it actually was all about that post that I gave about all the different tools that you can use to basically be in a better mental state. So today I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, another tool that you can be aware of and really help with your own happiness. Because what I'm realizing, and I'm helping a lot of other people realize, is that you really are responsible for your own happiness, and we can't look outside of ourselves, regardless of what's going on, because it's not really what happens to us or what happens around us. It's really our perception, what we think about it, and our reaction to it. So, for example, you can. Somebody can cut you off on the freeway and you could just get really upset, maybe cussing, I don't know, driving the steering wheel, or you can just think, wow, they didn't know where they were going, or they didn't realize what they were doing. So it's really how you choose to see it. So what I have learned is that the majority of our mental anguish really is our desire to be right. So an example of that would be a lot of times people think, oh, I know this is going to happen. I just know this is going to happen. They're going to get mad at me. They're going to fire me, whatever it is. I just know it's going to happen. And then they have arguments basically with other people or even in their own head about, see, I told you I was right. I knew that was going to happen. I told you. So really, we have to decide, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? I want to give an example of my own self-awareness about this not too long ago. And I was going to go to an event with some family members, and they were going on ahead of me, and they said, well, drive over there and we'll meet you there. And as I got close to there, I realized there was just like no parking. And I thought, well, actually, before I even got there, I thought, oh gosh, there's going to be a lot of parking issues. And as I got there and I realized there was like nowhere to park, I was thinking to myself, see, I knew it. There's nowhere to park. Oh, dang it, I knew it. I should just go home. Don't even go. And I realized I was making myself miserable. And so I kind of played this game with myself, and I thought, or I could get mad and just go home and not have this experience with my family, or I could just find a different place to park and maybe have to walk a little bit further, which I did, and then I went to the event and I had a great time. Or I could have gone home and been all grumpy head because I had to prove myself right, because I knew I couldn't find a place to park. So that's the kind of thing that we do. Most of us do it. We want to prove that we're right, or maybe I've gotten in bickers with my husband before, and I've thought, see, I told you. Or I could just let it go and have a good time and not try to prove to someone that, see, I told you and I'm right. But just let it go and be happy. So I also wanted to share with you some other things that are really, well, actually it's crystals, okay? For those of you who know me, know that I love crystals. I got a bazillion of them. I like rocks, okay? And the one that I've been wearing a lot is called labradorite. And this is it. let me see. How can I help you guys see that? Yeah. Anyway, it's this beautiful, beautiful blue stone. I'm going to show you a couple of other ones that I have. There's this. This is another labradorite. Love it. And then my husband gave me this one for, I think it was for I think it's for Christmas. Anyhow, it's a biggin. Love it. But look at the beautiful colors. It's also kind of, well, let me see if I can try to get, it's like a rainbow in there. It's just beautiful. I don't know if I can, oh, there we go. Look at that. Ooh, it's gorgeous. Anyhow, what I want to tell you about this stone, it's a great stone to have around for when you're meditating. It's also considered a stone for magic. And when I say magic, some people think, I don't know what they think. But anyway, what I mean by magic is that I'm going to actually read you a little information about it. Magic actually refers to like mental, intuitive abilities. Let's see, like clairvoyance, telepathy, astral travel, and having past life recall, communication with your higher guides or spirit guides. It also has to do with coincidence control, meaning being aware of synchronicities in your life and coincidences, which are there for your letting you know you're like on the right path. So that it's also said that it says a tyrant wants power over others, while a true magician desires power only over himself or herself. And wearing or working with labradorite, disconnects one's tendencies to attempt to control others, while one bonds deeply with the knowledge that self-mastery is the path of true fulfillment. Also, it can aid in uncovering unconscious and subconscious belief patterns. Here we go. The belief patterns are controlling our minds, making us miserable because we believe certain things. We believe nothing good comes from money, or we believe I can't get ahead, all those kind of self-defeating beliefs. So working with labradorite, it helps us to become aware of these unpleasant emotional states and help us to become clearly aware of their sources, of our self-talk and our egoic influences of one's habitual emotional states. Meaning, you become aware of what your self-talk, which can be very detrimental to us. You may find yourself saying things like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so fat," or "old," or "dumb," or "I can't add well," or "I don't read well," or "I don't speak in public well," or whatever it is that you may find yourself saying that's really a negative thing about yourself. You can become aware of these things when you're working with labradorite and basically do some of your own self-healing. And that's what I talked about last week as well, is that by doing our own self-healing, that's really what we need to be responsible for ourselves. And this is just one of the many ways that you can do self-healing, is becoming aware of your own mental patterns and becoming aware that, do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? And I've also in the comment section, I put a reference source for you if you'd like to know more about this. It's the Feel Better program. The Feel Better program, I believe. And also another website, same link, is the givinggamefoundation.com. That's it. It's free. It's a 60-day How to Feel Better program that you can listen to online for free. And it really can help you deal with things like shame, guilt, all those kind of self-deprecating kinds of thoughts that we can have. And anyway, I want to encourage you to check it out, and it's really great. And please continue to message me privately if you like, if that you're more comfortable than coming on the live. That's fine. I understand some people don't like that. So anyway, I would love to hear from you, and That's it for today on Woo Woo Wednesdays. So I just want to wish you well. Have a great day. Bye-bye.